Everybody was matter here, and welcome to part 6 of my Higurashi When They Cry Ray Let's Play. This has been a pretty crazy chapter so far, very lighthearted and wild, with Rena just falling in love with people all over Hinamizawa. So first it was Tomatake, then it was Takano, and Irie, and we left off with Irie feeling like he's found his perfect mate and willing to fight for it, saying that he will meet the gang at where did he say? Like it was at the school, the Okonomiya school, for kind of like a showdown to see who wins the Magatama. So we're gonna get into this. I think this is probably gonna be the finale of this chapter, and then after that we'll get into the most sinful of them all, I guess we can say. So let's go ahead, let's finish up this episode, and let's see what happens to Rena. The next day, Saturday. Coach was waiting for us there, along with the Hinamizawa fighters and the Okonomiya Titans. I knew it! I called it. I was like, I bet it's going to be a baseball game, because why else would they go to Okonomiya with Coach? In other words, this was... And what's more, today was apparently joint practice day for both teams. I want to know where was Rena during all this. I was like, that was not... I feel like it was not safe for Rena to be left alone. Oh, did she stay at home? Did she stay with Irie? Like, what's going on? All because Mion once again couldn't keep her mouth shut and said the worst thing possible. Incidentally, Rena fought back when we tried bringing her home afterwards, so after the scuffle, we gave her some of Coach's special sleeping pills, and she was now sleeping soundly. Okay, thank you, game, for explaining that. I was wondering. She shouldn't wake up until close to this evening. At least Irie was cool about, you know, like, abiding by that. Normally, that would have left her absent from school, but today is a holiday for teachers, and that's why all of us can head to Okonomiya early in the morning without any hesitation. I love how the game is like, let us explain how all of this is possible. All of us? Well, whatever. It seems like she skipped yesterday too, so let's not pry too deep into it. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what the game's gonna be. At least we're getting a game. Throughout all this, I'm like, not one club activity. It's been a long time. This is sort of a club activity, I suppose. You know that there's going to be shenanigans about that. Like, the gang is going to kind of use their tactics to win. Wait, so she's on our side? Oh, right, that too. Also, the fact she should be sleeping. The power of love, you know, when she's in cute mode, nothing can keep her down, not even sleeping pills. When I looked at Coach, he seemed just as surprised, so that means that he didn't intend for this to happen.
竜宮さん、あなたどうやって起きて。確か象でも丸一日は眠りこける量の睡眠薬だったはずですが。
She's gonna be on his side, isn't she? Of course. Oh gosh, haven't seen those eyes in a while.
ご主人様、ご主人様とレナの絆を壊そうなんて考えている人たちはレナのバットで全員撲殺しちゃいます。
ご主人様。さすがは私がメイドドマスターを与えたスーパーメイド。ならば竜宮さん、すべてあなたにお任せします。ガンガンやってきてください。
At home runs, not just take us down right now with the bat, please. Hey, don't just go deciding things on a whim, Coach. I mean, Rena isn't even a member of the Hinamizawa Fighters, is she? The team members behind me stroking their arms were all clearly sulking. Sure hope this won't be a problem next time I lead them.
まずいですわよ、ケイチさん。
Wait, except, yeah, I think about it, like, yeah, Coach would be the... Coach is leader of the Hinamizawa Fighters, right? Not the Okonomiya... Is he both? I can't remember.
ああ見えてレナさん、以前ファイターズの助っ人で参加された時はミオンさん以上のパワースラッガーだったんですのよ。そんじょそこらのピッチャーじゃ全部スタンドインされてしまいますわ。
心配するな、サトコ。こんなこともあろうと昨日、俺は最強の助っ人を召喚しているんだ。さあ、出番だ、亀田くん。
Oh, is that the, that's the dude that was... The two of them bonded over being perverted, right?
呼ばれるのを待っていたぜ。
Yep, there he is. And then stepping onto the scene and standing firm was the Koshian Class Ace pitcher, Kameda-kun. He's usually a hot-blooded idiot who loves sweets, but in uniform, he's a completely different person, a total wizard. Full-power fastballs are impossible to hit, even for Rena.
頼んだぜ、亀田くん。今日一日、君の鉄腕を俺たちのために貸してくれ。
水臭いぜ、ケイ。俺とお前は一緒にジャンボパフェをつつき合った仲。いわば盟友義兄弟。
Right, it was the sweets, but he's also perverted, right? But they also love desserts.
この程度のことなら、いつだって俺はケイの元へ駆けつけるぜ。
おお、我が親友、君ならそう言ってくれると思っていたぜ。
Then we gave each other a firm handshake of passionate friendship. Mion and the others behind us were staring at us with cold white eyes, but I dared to ignore them in the moment.
というわけだ。レナ、お前の相手はこの亀田くんだぜ。さすがのレナもこの相手にはかなうまい。
甘いよ、ケイチくん。レナもこんなことがあろうかと朝早くに起きてメジャーリーガーの電気書を読み漁ってきたんだから。そう簡単に思い通りになると考えてもらったら困るよ。ミオンさん、野球選手の伝記を読んで野球の技術の向上に何か効果はあるんでしょうか。
I feel like for Rena it would, because she can just do anything.
おじさんはあんまり関係ないと思うけどね。きっと格闘映画を見て強くなったと勘違いする観客の気分だと思いますのです。
At any rate, the representative of Coach's team, which you can't really call the Hinamizawa Fighters, is Rena, and the pitcher going against her is Kameda-kun. Meanwhile, the representative of the club members team will be me, Keichi Maibara, and the pitcher facing off against me will be...
なあ、ここは一つ中立ということで、俺が K じゃなかった。前原圭一に投げるってことではどうだ？
お、そうしてくれるか、亀田くん。いや、悪いな。それじゃあそうして。
Oh. Oh.
亀田くん、圭一くん、ずるはいけないな。二人して何か企んでるんでしょ？
企んでなんて何も。
Liar.
嘘だ！
Yes.
圭一くんと亀田くんが仲がいいのは知ってるよ。 だから亀田くんはきっと圭一くんの時は手を抜いて投げるつもり。そうだよね。違うかなかな。
俺は
というわけだから圭一くんの時はレナが投げるよ。
Oh god.
大丈夫。安心して。
She's like, I won't aim for the head. I'll try not to aim for the head.
別に手元が狂って
あー
頭を狙ったりなんかしないから。
Didn't say anything about like aiming for his hand or his shins or his stomach.
わかったぜ。
The scary thing is you can't tell if she's joking or not. Nice to hear that creepy sound again. Meanwhile, the first at-bat was about to begin. Rena was at the plate, and Kameda-kun was on the mound.
では始めましょう。審判は不詳この私、ひなみ沢ファイターズ監督入江京介が務めます。ボール球はノーカウントですから、投手の方はちゃんとストライクゾーンに投げてくださいね。で、球拾いは両チームの皆さん、外野ノックの感覚でお願いします。はーい。
Sorry for getting you all involved in this stupid showdown right before you were supposed to have a game together. Some of the kids even muttered, maybe I should go home today.
この亀田様が女の子相手に真剣勝負とはな。言っとくが俺の剛速球は速いぜ。やめるのなら今のうちだぞ。
弱い犬ほどよく吠えるね。何でもいいからさっさとおいで。
Oh,
パフェオくん。
oh, I love when her voice just sounds so much colder. I love it.
これでどうだ。
Kameda-kun's fastball came in on Rena's inner quarter, but... Crack. Rena took a full swing at Kameda-kun's fastball, easily made contact, and it went flying beyond the home run line, far off into the distance.
すげえ。
そんな。
Never underestimate Rena, number one rule.
地区予選でも打たれたことのない俺の渾身のストレートが。
はい、これでまずレナは一本先取。それじゃ次は圭一くんの番だね。バッターボックスに立って。
おお。
I faced Rena as she quickly strode to the pitcher's mound, then entered the batter's box and readied my bat.
いくよ。
Rena slowly raised her leg from the pitcher's set position, and then from her shoulder to her elbow to her wrist, she tossed the ball in a thoroughly efficient maneuver. Coming down the center, a little low, so fast. I felt lost, but I somehow managed to put strength into my grip, and then... Oh, I can make a choice here. Oh boy, I wonder if it's really going to make a difference. I'll save just in case. Alright, let's watch carefully. Ping.
Foul!
My bat just slightly grazed Rena's ball, and it rolled into the foul zone on the first base size.
惜しかったね。まずはレナが一本リードだよ。
Even if I was being careless, a miss-hit was still a failure.
ケイちゃん、もうしっかりしてくださいよ。
I wonder if there was a right answer there at all. Mion and the others must have been worried and came to check on me. It's not over yet. This was only the first at bat. As long as Rena misses the next pitch and I'm able to land a hit. I wonder if I'm going to get a choice each time that I have to hit. Crack. Rena's batted ball once again shot deep over the outfield. Another home run. Up on the pitcher's mound, Kameda-kun's shoulder slumped dejectedly. Just looking at him, it was clear he didn't cut any corners or get careless on that last pitch.
さあ、圭一くんの番だよ。
おお。
I faced Rena up on the mound, then held up my bat with my strength in it. Okay, hooking toward the inside corner, low, near the middle. I judged the timing and then... Oh, I am going to make a choice each time. Alright, let's be careful and hit it squarely. Hey, there we go. Crack. I hit Rena's pitch with all my might, and the ball went soaring down the third baseline.
よっしゃ、長打コース。
何言ってんだよ。ヒットじゃダメでしょ。これはホームラン対決なん
Damn it. Even so, I had the timing and reading right on the mark, if I do say so myself. So I thought I'd nailed it perfectly, and yet I'm getting weird results.
まさか理科も見ましたか？やっぱり間違いありませんわね。
Satoko seemed to have sensed something and walked up to me, and then...
ケイチさん、注意してください。レナさんのさっき投げたあれ、スライダーですわ。
スライダーってなんだ？
知りませんの？まっすぐの球とほとんど同じスピードでバッターから逃げるように曲がる変化球のことですわ。ある意味でカーブよりも打ちにくいプロ御用達の魔球ですわよ。
なに？なんでそんな球レナが投げられるんだ？
そりゃまあ伝記を読んできたからじゃない？往年の大投手の。
なんじゃそりゃ。そんなもんで魔球が身につくならプロ野球選手があんなに高額年俸もらったりするわけないだろう。
しかし現に投げてきているわけですから、さすがはレナさんというか正直驚きました。
いくら勾玉の力とはいえ、好きな相手のために魔球を投げられるとは、レナはすごいやつなのですよ。
確かに。
As we were talking, Rena began her third at bat. Kameda-kun was halfway teary-eyed as he threw the third pitch, and then... crack. I was thinking maybe she'd miss that one, but nope. The ball was again batted at an arc, sending it soaring high into the bright blue sky. Like, unless she gets messed up, like, there's no way to win. But fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, the trajectory sent it beyond the foul line, so it was declared a foul ball. Hey!
とはいえ飛距離だけで言えば十分スタンドインの打球でしたね。
I shuddered, once again reminded I'm up against one hell of an opponent.
少し力が入っちゃったね。さあ、ケイチ君の3打席目だよ。覚悟はいい？
The power difference between us was on full display as I stepped up to the plate. Is this next one going to be a breaking ball or a straight shot? Damn it, worrying about all these additional pitch options, I can't stay focused. Rena's pitch was coming in the outside corner, just barely within hitting range. Oh, god damn it. Okay, take a chance. Crack. Nice, there we go. Alright. The pitch was skillfully hit back and was now coasting straight toward the home run zone on the right. However... Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Ah! The ball dropped just a few meters. No, just a few dozen centimeters too soon. But it seems like I've got the timing right, so I should be ready for the next one. Alright. I was expecting Rena to feel threatened by that, but she had a smile full of pity on her face as she slipped off her glove and grabbed the bat, then spoke up.
ちょっとがっかりだね、ケイチ君。せっかくレナがいい勝負にしてあげようと手を抜いてあげたのに。
なに？
ケイチさん、今のストレートでしたわ。それもかなり狙い目の。
God damn it, every choice I'm making is the wrong one. Satoko seemed like she was struggling to speak as she commended Rena. Shit, did my confusion about if it was going to be a breaking ball or a fastball prevent me from getting enough distance?
今ので追いつけないようじゃ、もう結果は見えたね。次からはレナの全力で行くから、覚悟しててよ。
Oh no, it's sad to say, but right now, there's just too much of a power gap between Rena and me.
くそ。サトコ、どうすればいい？スライダーの打ち方、お前はわかるか？
私も本でしか読んだことはありませんわ。そもそもそんな変化球を投げられる方と野球をやったことはございませんし、一体どうしたら。あ、
Just then, Satoko clapped her hands together like she just had an epiphany.
ケイチさん、ケイチさん、私にこの後の打席を任せていただけませんか？
Please do, because I'm not doing well.
いい手を思いつきましたわ。
Oh, of course I'm going to leave it to Satoko, but I'm going to save. Actually, you know what? I'm curious what happens, because I wonder if there's actually a potential, like, to lose if I handle it myself. So I'm going to do that and see what happens.
いや、サトコ、一度やると決めた以上、ここでお前に譲ったら、俺のプライドが許さん。
Stupid man's pride's going to be the downfall of him.
俺に任せてくれ。頼む。
そうですか？
Sorry, Satoko.
なら お止めいたしませんけど、本当に大丈夫ですの？
ああ、任せろ。さっきのでレナの弾の癖は完璧に見抜いたぜ。
Crack.
バカな。
This time, Kameda couldn't fell to his knees and collapsed right there on the mound. Rena's third hit of the day arched towards center field and disappeared.
ケイチさん、
心配するな。俺の真の力をとくと見せてやるぜ。
Then I stepped into the batter's box and tightened my grip with all my might as I set the bat into position.
さあ、どっからでも来やがれ。
Well, at least I don't have to make the decisions this time. Guessing that I horribly lost.
だから申し上げましたのに、あれだけ大口叩いて7球連続空振りってどういうことなんですの？
It's funny, usually Keichi, like when he has those big moments where he's like, I figure things out, and then he ends up like just completely destroying it, but not this time.
いや、こんなはずじゃボケ。だから俺の話をボケ。
お仕置きなのです。僕たちの期待を裏切った愚か者には思いっきりお仕置きなのですよ。
Going up against Rena when she was going all out without even a plan, I suffered a crushing one-sided defeat. And then the club members dished out their punishment for me, which they called octothwacking.
ほら、さよならホームランを打った打者を出迎えるときに他の選手がやる手洗い祝福ってやつ？あれの正反対の意味合いで憎しみ、怒りが入ったと考えてくださいな。それにしてはなんか変な狂気混ざってない？
At any rate, Satoko and Rika were able to persuade Coach afterwards with their weaponized crying strategy. Aw, we were able to free Rena from the Magatama's curse. Oh man, I was hoping that there was going to be a bad ending where we lost. He won and then Rena stayed his maid forever. However, one of the conditions of the exchange was Satoko and Rika-chan served me dressed as maids. So the two people who took the most direct damage from this mess were especially bitter and resentful and wanted to take it out on me. Ow, 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 ow.
まあ、ひとまずは一件落着ってことでいいよね。
俺は全然よくねえぞ。誰か助けてくれ。レナ
はあ？ケイチ君、何か悪いことしたのかな？かな？
Oh, I guess that's it. Okay. Well, obviously we're going to see now what happens if I choose the correct one, which is to listen to Satoko, especially when she seems very confident. All right, leave it to Satoko.
よし、任せたサトコ。あ、でも途中交代はできるのかな。
I felt a little anxious about it, so I read the suggestion by Coach and Rena, but since they were in such a strong lead, they gave the okay immediately, and that is their that's their worst mistake.
もちろん OK ですよ。ああ、竜宮さんとサトコちゃんが私の専属メイドの椅子をめぐって戦い合う。実に悲しい対決です。しかしこれはこの私の魅力ゆえにもたらされてしまった悲劇。ああ、憎い。二人の麗しき美少女を引きつけてやまない自分がたまらなく憎い。
むしろ見ている私が引きつけを起こしそうですわ。先にぶん殴って元気を排除して差し上げようかしら。敵が強いほど手に入れたものの価値は大きくなるからね。どんな手でも構わないよ。最後に勝つのはレナとご主人様だけど。いい気になっているのも今のうちですわ。私の実力とくとご覧あそばせ。
Crack.
バカな。
Okay, so this is the same thing. Disappeared.
サトコ
任せてくださいませ。とりあえず一本でも取り返すことが先決ですから。
And then Satoko stepped up to the plate.
さとこちゃん、覚悟はいい？たとえさとこちゃんでもレナは容赦しないよ。ええ、もちろんですわ。強い敵ほど私の腕が鳴りますのよ。いい度胸だね。それじゃあ行くよ。あ、そうそう、レナさん、スライダーを投げるときは投げる腕のくせにご用心遊ばせ。
Ooh, is Satoko like trying to get into her head? Rena was already in the middle of setting up her throw, but that one comment from Satoko had her eyes open in bewilderment. But it was too late to change her course. Oh, so she released the ball in a visibly clumsy throw and... Oh my gosh, that's the same CG from... what was it, the third chapter? The one that focused on Satoko?
いただきですわ。
So she's just using, like, getting in her head, crack. Naturally, Satoko wasn't about to overlook a careless mid-thrown pitch and swung her bat. The ball vigorously arched upwards and soared high into the sky, then disappeared in the direction of the left field.
やったー！さすがさとこ、ナイスバッティング。
But I feel like that's a thing you can only do to Rena once, right? You only get one chance to do them, then she's going to correct herself after.
さとこのもんでございますわ。
Okay, the score is now 3-1. A disadvantage, of course, but it's a huge step up from the psychological pressure of having 0 points.
素晴らしい
Is Satoko also gonna like mess with Rena when she's trying to hit as well?
あ、ちょっと富田君球拾いはいいので私のカバンからカメラを
I looked on, feeling sorry for him for being unreasonably ordered around, but Tomatsu-kun responded, "Yes, sir," with a twinkle in his eye, then charged towards the third base bench. Coach, Tomatsu-kun, we all came here to play baseball, right? Ting! Oh, she's messing up. Maybe Rena was still upset about giving up a hit and it was dragging her down, but she hit the ball off center and it resulted in an infield pop fly. I wonder if Satoko's also going to be like, hey, in your book that you read, is there a thing about, like, the psychological... There's a term for it, when, like, if you start to make mistakes, it's harder for you to be able to come back from it, and it just throws you off your game. And then for Satoko's second at bat...
油断したよ、さとこちゃん。でも次はどうか。
Then Rena put all her strength into her arm as she raised it. With the full force of her body, swung her arm through the air. It was the fastest pitch I'd ever seen, heading towards Satoko's inside corner. However...
早いだけならなんとかなりますのよ。
Ah, crack.
おおすげえぜサトコ連続ホームランかよ
腕力の差は配球の読みでカバーですわ。
Atta girl, Satoko. She must have known Rena was frustrated by Satoko pointing out her slider quirk, giving up a hit, and predicted she'd come in with a fastball this time. I love Satoko's traps, but I like this that she's like getting into Rena's head. She's using mind games.
素晴らしい素晴らしすぎますよサトコちゃんぜひとも次の試合からは我がひなみ沢ファイターズの4番打者にドラフト1位指名させてください
ご主人様？
Uh-oh.
すみませんレナさん
Now that'd be hilarious if Rena was like, you look at another girl? Forget about them. I'm gonna beat you with that bat.
勝負は非常ですぜひともなお一層の気合を入れて頑張ってください
はい、ご主人様。
さあこれで3対2ここは私もさとこのフォローをしてあげないとね
おーい、亀田くん。
はあ
Mion called out to Kameda-kun, whose pride and self-confidence were now completely shattered, and it was now in a complete dazed, burned-out state. And then she whispered something or other into his ear. Maybe she's like, if you manage to, like, you know, help us win, you can eat at, like, the, Angel Mall for free, for, like, a month.
本当か？いや、本当ですか、マイエンジェル。
そのマイエンジェルはやめてほしいんだけど。とにかく約束するよ。だから元気出して精一杯頑張ってきて。
I bet that's what it is. Yes, I love the club members all working
俺
together.
はやるぞ。俺はこれから修羅になる。人と会っては人を切り、鬼と会っては鬼を切る。広告の後輩、この一戦にあれ。
After hearing that, the emaciation Kameda-kun had been feeling a moment ago disappeared, and he stepped up to the mound with an aura of intense flames emanating from his back. Then he turned toward Rena, who was smiling calmly in the batter's bat. He carefully dusted his hands with the non-slip powder, then tightened his grip on the ball.
あれあれ、どうしたのかな、負け犬さん。急に元気出して。でも結果は変わらないけどね。
悪いな、お嬢さん。今までの俺は死んだ。ついさっきな。そしてここにいる俺は生まれ変わったニューカメダだ。これまでとは一味違うぜ。
Then Kameda-kun raised his leg up to the sky in a throwing form like he was thrusting it up toward the heavens, stepped forward with tremendous vigor, throwing a fastball with all his weight and his spirit behind it.
俺の魂を食らいやがれ。
The force of the pitch was so strong, not even Rena could hit it back, but she swung the bat with all her might. She weakly batted it back, and the ball rolled through the infield before coming to a stop.
おいミオン、お前亀田君に何を言ったんだ？
ちょっとね。一級レナを封じるごとに次のデザートフェスタでスペシャルメニューを特別に追加するって条件の提示を。
So not quite the same thing, but I was on the right track.
しかしすごい効き目だわこりゃ。
なるほど。
That's Mion for you. Nice strategy. And so the desperate struggle between Rena and Satoko continued, with the score still 3-2, and then for Rena's final at bat. Crack. It had been a while since we'd heard the pleasant sound of a Rena batted ball echoing all around, but the hit was just slightly off and it plopped down just shy of the home run zone. So in the end, Rena scored 3 home runs. Considering she was going head-to-head with a Koshian class ace pitcher, it was truly an accomplishment.
ということは、次の打席でサトコがホームランを打てば延長戦なのです。頑張れなのです、サトコ。サトコ？
Uh-oh. Noticing Satoko grimacing in pain, we all rushed
ど
over.
うしたサトコ？
すみませんわね。ちょっとドジをやってしまいましたわ。
Oh no, who's going to be the one to take the final bat? Satoko bitterly smiled and held out her right hand for us to see. Looking closely, the nail of her index finger was stained reddish-black, like it had been bleeding internally.
サトコ、怪我してるじゃないですか。あっちゃー、こりゃひどいわ。監督、ちょっと来て。
Coach was in the middle of wiping the dirt off the home plate when Mion called out to him in a panic. He recognized the situation, immediately rushed over with a first aid kit, sat Satoko down on a bench, and began administering treatment.
さっきのファールチップを打った時に指に球が当たってしまったんでしょうね。すぐに診療所へ。私の車で行きましょう。
大丈夫ですわ。これくらい。
Satoko stout-heartedly clutched the bat and tried heading out toward the batter's box, but before she could, Rika-chan cut in front of her and held out a hand to stop her. Will Rika be the one being like, I got you guys into this mess, and I'm gonna be the one to get us out of it?
サトコはよくやったのです。これ以上はもういいのですよ。よくはありませんわ。この勝負に決着をつけなければ、レナさんはずっとあのままなんですのよ。私たちが、いえ、私がやらなければいけないんです。
サトコちゃん、もういいです。
Is he just gonna decide to give it up?
私の負けです。
Okay, wow.
このマガタマは皆さんにお返ししましょう。つい面白がって私のつまらない遊びに皆さんを巻き込んでしまってすみませんでした。
つまらない遊び？監督さん、 それは真剣に勝負をしているレナさんに失礼ですわ。少なくともレナさんはそうは思っていないはずです。
Satoko glared back at Coach, admonishing him for what he'd carelessly said.
サトコは
最初は正直レナさんのこと滑稽だと思ってからかっていましたわ。でも途中から私ちょっと感動しましたの。勾玉の効力とはいえ好きな方のためにここまで真剣になれるレナさんはやっぱりすごいって。だから私もレナさんの一生懸命な思いに真正面からぶつからなければ失礼だって思いましたのよ。
Come to think of it, when Sadako first took over for me, she was trying to upset Rena with bluffing and psychological attacks. But somewhere along the way, she began competing in earnest without resorting to underhanded tactics. Maybe confronting her directly allowed Sadako to feel the strength of Rena's heart more than anyone else. I know the basic rule of baseball since we've done it as a club activity, but there's no way I'd have the strength to compete with a pitcher that's famous, even at the Koshian level. And yet, thanks to that Fuarazu and her love for Coach, she even studied magic pitches and caught up to Kamade-kun's skill level, all to ensure victory for Coach.
レナの恐るべき潜在能力には驚かされますのです。
今回の一件はやはりレナさん恐るべしということを立証することになりましたね。だね。おじさんは本気ですごいと思ったよ。
すごいどころじゃ済まねえだろ。今のレナは勾玉の剣を抜きにしても甲子園でも活躍できる実力があるぞ。
ああ、いやそういうことじゃなくてさ、その好きになった相手に合わせようとさ、一生懸命努力する姿勢って立派だなって思ったの。
Well, I mean, to a degree, don't completely lose yourself in a relationship. Don't try and be the person that you think the other person wants and, like, give up your own identity. Just saying.
私たちってさ、誰かを気に入ったらさ、まず自分の世界に引き込もうとしない？
Maybe compromise here and there. Maybe both people can attempt to try and get into the other person's, like hobbies and stuff, but just, yeah, don't get yourself lost in it.
相手に自分の好きなものを気に入らせようとしちゃうじゃん。
それは普通のことじゃないのですか？
私もそうだしさ、案外そういう人多いんじゃないかって思う。でもさ、レナは違うんだよね。富武さんにしろ、高野さんにしろ、そして監督にせよ、相手の趣味に自分を合わせようと一生懸命努力したじゃん。確かに相手に合わせる度合いが逸脱していたけど、私は驚くところはそこじゃなくて、とにかく努力していることだと思うね。そういうものですかね。相手に合わせてばっかりだと疲れちゃいませんか？でしょ？自分の世界に相手を引き込むってことは、あるいは相手を疲れさせてることなのかもしれない。だからさ、本来は素敵な二人だったら、お互いにある程度歩み合わなくちゃいけないんだよね。でも、自分から歩み寄ろうとする人は少ないよ。みんな、自分の世界の踏み絵を相手に踏ませて、自分からは歩み寄る努力をせず、相手を引っ張る。
For some reason, Mion's uncharacteristic musing hurt a little.
ミーの話、僕も相手を引き込むばかりで自分から歩み寄ろうとしたことはなかったかもなのです。
It's funny, that kind of flows well into the last chapter with Rika. Like, her always taking, but never giving back or thinking about other people, like, as much as, like, of what she can do for them as what they can do for her.
それは多分サトコも、そしてミーも。そういえばミー、誰に頼まれても部活には混ぜてあげなかったのに、ケイチだけはミーの方から部活に誘いましたですね。
あはは、そうだったっけ？いや、タイはないんだよ、タイは。あははは、おじさん何のことやら。このヘタレ。
If there was anything this incident taught me, it was that Rena would be a great wife in the future.
となれば、早くこんな勝負を決着させて、レナを正気に戻してあげないといけないのです。
After saying that, Rika-chan turned back toward Rena on the pitcher's mound. Rena had been serving as both the batter and the pitcher, so as you'd expect, she looked rather tired. but her eyes alone still had power to them, overflowing with fighting spirit to seize victory.
ケイチ、レナが本当にいい子だってことはもう十分わかりましたのです。だから終わらせましょう、この茶番を。
ああ、レナが将来どんな恋をしてどんな人と結婚するかは知らねえ。でもそれはレナが自分で決める。妙な魔法は一切必要ねえってことだ。
Of course, some might want to borrow that magic strength, but others would create their own destiny without relying on another's power. Rena was obviously the latter sort. Well, there is no former or latter. Everyone wants to create their own destiny with their own strength. When you start thinking that some people can do it but others can't, it's like admitting to yourself that you're one of the ones who can't do it. Rena's force of will seemed divine. The way she kept on smiling despite her exhaustion, she looked so noble. The lesson Rena demonstrated in her short life is precious, and something we must never forget. So I think that broad smile of Rena's was only for the person she had truly decided on, from the bottom of her heart.
じゃあケイちゃん、あんたに全てを託すよ。だから私たちの期待に応えてよね。
おう、よし、サトコ、俺に代われ。もともと俺の役目だったんだ。お前の思いは俺が引き受けてやるぜ。
ケイチさん、
He's like, please don't fuck this up. Satoko stared hard at me for a while, like she was trying to gauge my true intentions. And then...
ではケイチさん、お願いいたしますわ。せめて最後の打席はイーブンにして延長戦につなげてくださいませ。
おうよ、任せろって。
I grabbed the bat from Satoko, then walked over to the batter's box. Then I turned toward Rena, who was drenched in sweat and panting heavily, and I put strength into my grip as I donned a batting stance.
さあレナ、泣いても笑ってもこれが最後の勝負だ。直球でも変化球でも何でも来やがれ。
最後はやっぱりケイイチくんとあんまり思った通りにならなくて腹も立ったけど、でもとっても楽しかった。だからこれが本当に最後の勝負。もう小細工も何もない真っ向勝負だからね。
This is giving me the flashbacks to their fight on the rooftop. Not quite as intense, but...
さあ、かかってきやがれ。
Rena put every ounce of strength in her body into a fastball. And I responded with a full force swing with all my might. Then the ball coasted somewhere deep beyond the outfield.
というわけでホームラン競争は3対3。
I mean, come on, we knew. We knew it was going to go into the final, like to the extra innings.
しかしリュウさんがギブアップのため
Oh,
部活チームの勝ちです。
okay. Huh. Wonder why she did that. It was all about, like, she seemed so intent on winning and then she just gave up?
よっしゃー。
Okay. In contrast to our triumphant victory shout, Rena dejectedly hung her head. That last pitch Rena threw to me literally had all of Rena's strength poured into a single throw. Oh, she's probably just too tired. After she finished the pitch, she knelt down on the mound like she had no strength left in her. Nevertheless, she still tried to stand back up, like she wanted to continue the fight. But Coach couldn't bear to see it, so he gave Rena a final order from her master, telling her to give up.
負けちゃった。
いえいえ、勝負には負けましたが、レナさんは孤軍奮闘、素晴らしい戦いっぷりでした。同じ条件で戦っていれば私たちの大勝利でしたよ。いや、今回のこれは勝ち負けじゃない。本当に素晴らしい、私にとっては最高に実りある体験でした。せっかくのメイドを失うのは惜しいですが、これでまたメイド化計画を実現する野望が一層強くなりましたよ。リュウグさん、素敵なドリームをありがとうございました。
はーい。勝負には勝ちましたが、他のもので負けた気がしますわね。
さすがレナってとこか。はあ、緊張感が抜けたら一気に疲れが。そうそう、このキーホルダーをお返しする。
You son of a bitch, don't you. Did he?
すみません。
When Coach plucked the magatama from his uniform pocket, his fingers slipped and flung it away. Oh no, and why did it have to come flying toward me at the exact moment my mouth was open wide? I was just like, is there going to be a moment where it's going to be Keichi? Oh. Oh no.
飲み込んじまった。
They both swallowed it. Oh no.
何やってんのケイちゃん。吐き出して吐き出して。
Oh god, get both of them laxative stat.
おじさんが下っ腹を殴ってあげるよ。サトコ、吐き始めにして。それ、へっ、へっ。やめて。神妙になさいませ。ボディは後から聞いてくる。リカちゃま、これって手遅れ？お腹の中に入ったらさらっと溶けてあっさり吸収してしまいます。食後30分以内がタイムリミットなのです。でもとにかく紅白揃いましたのです。ケイイチとレナをフルデ神社に連れて行けば、
Okay.
すぐに僕が解除させますのです。というわけで2人が取り返しのつかないことになる前にフルデ神社へ連行ですわ。さあさあ、ミオンさん、西オンさん、2人を引きずっていきますわよ。あいやさ。
According to Rika-chan, the magatama of Fuarazu wouldn't take effect until after a short period of time. By the time we peeled Rena away from Irie-san and took her out of the baseball field, she'd suddenly gone back to her normal self. But we couldn't waste time because if we did, she'd start getting cozy with me. We got on our bikes and rushed to the shrine. and then Rika gets hit by a car on the way, and then it starts the whole chapter all over again.
おじさん、昼食食べ損なったからお腹ペコペコだよ。でも無事に一件落着してよかったですね。レナさんには申し訳ないですけど、なんだか退屈しない2日間でした。愉快というかなんというか、レナの恐ろしさの一端を垣間見た2日間だったね。なんとなくオチが気に入らないけど。おやおや、無事円満に解決でいいじゃないですか。変なお姉ですね。
Did she be like, I wish if only Keiichi and me could have had the magatama? For some reason, Mion was puffing her cheeks like she wasn't very amused. Shion laughed at that and gave her a there. What the heck was that about?
Dewa, Rena とケイイチ、手をお清めしましたら、2人でお祈りしますのです。僕がいいと言うまでそのままなのですよ。
おう、わかったぜ。ほいレナ、ちゃちゃっと済まして解放されようぜ。もたもたしてるとまた霊の力が蘇っちまう。
そうだね。
Maybe she's like, this one I kinda don't mind because I already love Keiichi.
少しずつじんわり来たかも。
おいリカちゃん、まずいぞ、急いでくれ。
僕はちゃんと急いでますので、ケイイチもお祈りをして精神を集中するのです。
わかったよ。
ねえケイイチくん、
なんだよ。
さっきは助けに来てくれてありがとう。
仲間を見捨てるもんかよ。礼を言われることじゃないぜ。
うん、その時ね、ケイイチくんが言ってくれた言葉がなんか嬉しかったかな。俺がお前を救ってやるぞってあの言葉だけね、頭の中がふわふわだったのにちゃんとギューって聞こえたんだよ。嬉しかったかな。
別に特別な意味で言ったわけじゃねえぞ。まああの場の雰囲気というかノリというか、 あるだろ、そういうお約束ってやつ。
ケイチ君は早くお腹の中からマガタマなくなってほしいんだよね。
She'd be like, I'll hit you with one of my Rena hits and I'll get that out of you.
何バカなこと言ってんだよ。こんな怪しいもの、いつまでも腹の中に入れてたくねえだろ。
Aw, Rena is like, you don't like the idea of being in love with me?
レナなんかにしがみついてこられたら、迷惑だもんね。
おい、そういう勘違いはするなよ。別に俺はレナが嫌いだから急いでるんじゃねえんだぞ。また例の力が始まったら、レナが俺にベタベタするだろう。まあ確かにそういうのは俺も男だし嫌いじゃないけどよ。
It's gonna be like, if I want you to fall in love with someone on your own terms, not just because something forced you to.
レナの気持ちがもてあそばれてるだけでフェアじゃねえと思うんだよな。だってそうだろ、レナの本心じゃねえんだぜ。
About that.
恋するレナは、レナが本当に好きになった人に向けられるべきで、こんな不正な力で俺なんかに向けられちゃおかしいんだ。
そうだね。でもね、ケイチ君、さっきメイド対決やってる時にみーちゃんたちがレナのことを相手に合わせられるのはすごいねって話してたの聞いてた？
まあ一応はな。
Ah, so Rena was able to hear our conversation back then.
謙遜じゃなくて、誰だって好きな人ができたらその人に気に入られようと努力できるよ。レナだけの特別な力じゃない。好きになった人が手作りのクッキーが好きだって言ってくれたら、また頑張りたいと思うのはきっとレナだけじゃないと思うよ。みーちゃんだって、しーちゃんだって、さとこちゃんだって、りかちゃんだって、もちろんケイチ君にだってある力なんだから。
そういうもんかね。
Not really. I mean, like, Rena's not wrong about, like, it's good to try and, like, reach out to someone you like and maybe do things that they like and they might be more likely to like you. But the whole thing, she's like, if you love somebody and they don't love you back, you're just not trying hard enough. I'm like, don't quite agree with that.
でもレナの手作りクッキーが好きになるってのはわかるな。昨日食って確かにうまいと思ったもんな。
ありがとう。それにレナだって自分を相手に合わせるばっかりじゃない。
It's wild to think she just said yesterday. Like, all this just happened, like, just started happening yesterday.
相手を自分の世界に引き込もうと相手の迷惑も考えずに引っ張っちゃうこともあるよ。
宝探しのことかよ。まあ俺でも最初は面食らったからな。レナみたいな普通っぽい女の子がこんな趣味を持ってるのかよって結構驚いたのもいい思い出だぜ。
But that's maybe her thing of being like, but you reached out and, did a thing that I wanted too.
やっぱ面食らっちゃうよね。変だよね。そういうのに誘っちゃいけないよね。
相手がそういうのを好きじゃなさそうだったら無理に誘うのは遠慮した方がいいだろうよ。最近は潔癖っぽい軟弱な男も多いらしいからよ。
そうだね。
でもよ、俺は楽しいと思ってるからな。誤解すんなよ。明日の部活が早く終わったらまた一緒に宝探しをしようって約束してるもんな。
してる。
まあレナが本当の意味で宝探しに連れて行きたい人が
Oh
現
my
れるまで
gosh.
は付き合ってやるからさ。
He's so oblivious.
安心して力仕事は俺に任せろよな。でも冷蔵庫をどかすのはさすがに俺一人じゃきついけどな。
ダメ。ケイチ君、不わらずのマガタマの力また込み上げてきた。
It's funny. I don't even know if it's that. I think it's just her being like, I think that's just her actual feelings.
おいおい、まずいな。とにかくお祈りに集中しろ。その気持ちはもう少しで消えるんだから辛抱してろ。
そうだね。もう少しで消えちゃうんだね。
たく、こんな面倒な宝物よくも神様は作ったもんだぜ。
人の迷惑も考えろってんだ。
そうかな。レナは素敵な宝物だったと思うよ。本当に好きで大好きなのに、背中を一押ししてくれる何かは欲しい。そういう人たちってきっと大昔から大勢いたんだよ。そういう人たちにたくさんの幸せをプレゼントしてきた魔法の宝物だと思うよ。
ま、今日最大の被害者のレナがそう言うんなら、そういうことにしてもいいか。
もうダ
おいおいリカちゃん、まだかよ。急いでくれよ。
メ。急いでますのです。急がせていますのですよ。
Uh-oh.
ケイチ君、これ私の意志じゃないかもね。マガタマの力なのかもね。リュグーレナはケイチ君のこと大好きだよ。もうすぐ消えちゃう力なら今それだけ伝えたいから。
Aw, so she said gives her the, like, the confidence or the push to say the thing that she thinking all along.
バカ、マガタマの力に屈するなよ。本気にするだろ。
そうだね。マガタマの力早く解けちゃうといいね。だって解けないとどんな勇気ある言葉も何も伝わらないもんね。聞きましたですか、サトコ。レナがケイイチに告白しちゃったのですよ。聞こえましたわ。なんでしょう、ケイチさんとレナさんが仲良しなのはとてもいいことなんですけど、なぜかムカムカして腹立たしいですわ。リカ、儀式の一部ってことにしてうさぎ跳びで境内の階段往復させてあげるのはいかがかしら。ミーには聞こえなくて幸いだったのです。もし聞こえていたら明日からケイイチは部活100連敗の罰ゲーム地獄に落とされていたのですよ。いっそのこと今のをミオンさんに教えて差し上げるのはいかがですか。それも面白いと思いますですが、こういうネタはもしもの時のために取っておいた方がいいと思いますのです。危なくなった時の緊急回避ツール、これこそ最強のマジックアイテムなのですよ。ニパーン。ミカ、あなたも相当のワルですわね。南沢村はずっとこの内側だけの狭い世界でしたから、たまには何か素敵なことも必要だったと思いますのですよ。だから僕のご先祖様は不わらずの勾玉を残し続けたと思いますのです。って綺麗にまとめようとしておりますけど、そうして誕生したカップルの裏で泣いている男の方が大量にいらっしゃることを考えると、あまり大手を振っては喜べませんわね。全員の希望を叶えられないのでしたら、縁結びの神様を語るのは少々傲慢だと思いますけど。ひどい言い方なのです。神様でもできることとできないことがあるのです。最初から神や物に頼ったりする人は、まず努力をすることが大切だと覚えるべきなのですよ。なんか思いっきり神様のサボりを正当化しているようにも聞こえますけど。そうそう、理科の罰ゲームがまだでしたわね。さっきシオンさん、その座引きの秘密部屋で準備万全っておっしゃっていましたわよ。下で笠井さんがお車用意してお待ちしているとのことですから、この後のことをお楽しみにしておいてくださいませ。もちろん私もご同行いたしますわよ。今日はサトコの治療がこの後ありますから、そっちが優先なのです。それに先祖の罪は子孫の罪ではないのです。過去の失敗を水に流してこそ正常な国交は開かれるのですよ。
おい、 サトコにリカちゃん、俺たちいつまでこうしてりゃいいんだ？
ごめんなさいませ。もう儀式は終わったとのことですから大丈夫みたいですわよ。さて、この後は理科のための体験会が控えていますから、こちょこちょマシーンの。
リカちゃま、覚悟しや。
Anyway, well, we had a half-baked ending, but everything worked out peacefully. Or, so it seemed. So it seemed. Is it keep... Is there more to this? Oh, right.
やっと見つけたよ、レナちゃん。
Wait, what?
もう探した
Oh
よ、レ
no.
ナちゃん。どこに行ったのか心配したんだから。
Oh, the effects are still... Oh, they seem to last a while for them. That was yesterday. And so things were just about to end on a good note. Tomatake-san and Takato-san ruined the mood by butting in right at the end of the ceremony.
それはひどいよ、レナちゃん。昨日僕と約束したじゃないか。ほら、レナちゃんのサイズでちゃんとナース服を用意したんだ。さあ、僕と二人っきりのプライベート撮影会をしよう。
暑苦しいから
話しなさいよ、二郎さん。レナちゃん本気で嫌がってるわよ。
高野さんこそ話すんだ。僕はね、ようやく生涯のパートナーと、そして最高の被写体を見つけたのさ。さあ、すべてのフィルムをレナちゃんのナース姿で埋め尽くしてあげるよ。はう、お持ち帰り。
レナちゃんはね、汚らわしいオスザルになんて興味ないんだから。ねえ、レナちゃん。今日から私のことはお姉様って呼んでいいんだからね。ほらほら、ダメよ。体が曲がっていてよ。
二人とも話してよ。なんでこんな目に遭うのかなあれはマガタマの力ではありませんので、もう
What?
私たちにはどうしようもないのですわ。
It's like I locked something deep in them, like, won't go away.
けじめを取って、やはり今日この後は理科のためにこちょこちょマシンに加えて新開発のグリグリマシンとワキワキマシンの体験会も開くべきですわね。ご勘弁なのです。
Rika-chan ran off with tears in her eyes, and Sadako chased after her. We were all tepidly watching over this rare scene, so opposite of what we'd normally see.
なあ、シオン。そのマシーンの威力ってどんなのだ？
知りたいですか？
Eek!
遠慮します。
All right, there we go. That is the end of that chapter. Definitely a very different affair from the first one. It was fun, though. It was fun to have something that was basically like the all-cast review. That's just like... There's not really anything bad that's gonna happen. It's just pure fluff. And speaking of fluff, I guess we're going to be finishing off next week with the last chapter, the most degenerate one of them all, the one people have been telling me about. So I'm a little nervous to play it, but it'll be interesting to see what everybody's talking about at the same time. I had a feeling we'd have some post-game stuff.
にしても縁結びの勾玉か。 使い方によっては世界平和にも利用できそうなんだけどな。
世界平和？なんかえらくスケールの大きな話が出たね。それって一体どうやって？
ほら、あれだ。紛争とかでいがみ合ってる2つの国の偉い人に渡すんだ。そうしたらお互いに仲良くなって、めでたしめでたしじゃないか。
いくらなんでもお国の対立問題でそう簡単には参りませんわ。上の方が仲直りしても他の方々が納得しなければ同じことですし、二人とも職を追われておしまいだと思いますわよ。それにあのマガタマだと一方的に好きになって相手の気持ちはお構いなしだもんね。それって好きって感情とはちょっと違うと思う。むしろ依存とか従属とかあんまり幸せな感じじゃないね。やっぱり恋愛はお互いに好き合って理解してこそ成立するものなんだってレナは思うよ。
まあそういう意味では国家は大げさとしても仲間同士の信頼関係にも同じことが言えるかもしれません。
I love how Shion just is never at her school. She's wearing her uniform, but she's never there.
便利な道具を使って理由も根拠もなくこっちに好意を向けさせるなんて虫が良すぎます。結局泥臭くても理解の積み重ねが大事ってことなんでしょうね。
理解か。言葉にすると簡単だけどなかなか難しいよな。仲のいい相手のことを考えてるつもりでもこっちの思惑と全然違ってることの方が多いし。
Doesn't that sum up Higurashi a lot? It's just people's feelings being different and not communicating properly.
そもそも相手のためって考え方自体が傲慢なのかもしれないね。それってすっごく自分を相手よりも高みに置いてる思考なんだから。だったら本音をぶつけ合った方が逆に理解が深まるってこともあるんじゃないかな。
とても深い話なのです。みー。
ほうほう。だったらおねえ、今持ってる本音をケイちゃんにぶつけてみなさいな。意外に理解が深まるかもしれませんよ。それとこれとは
なんだミオン、俺に何かあるってのか？言ってみろよ。ほれほれ。
言えるわけないでし
なあレナ、ミオン出て行っちまったが、なんで俺はぶん殴られたんだ？やっぱりこれも本人に疑問をぶつけるべきなんだろうか。
さてね、レナは知らない。
まったくデリカシーないのはお互い様ってやつですか。前途は多難ですね。
とはいえこの件で圭一さんに理解を深めろってのは酷かもしれませんわ。ギャルゲー主人公のお約束なのですよ、ニパ
All right, well, that is that chapter fully finished, which means we are going to conclude maybe next episode, depending on how long the last chapter is. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned next week for part 7. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Emily Hornsby, Lady of Eternity, Revealing Storm, Asborn Kennedy, Jared Fan, Harry Gazif, Icognito, and Zoran Ether.